out of the equation. So central management, but local performance. It's a tremendous capability that none of the other guys have. When I say other guys, obviously I mean VMware and Citrix. We run on the mainframe. We'll talk about that some other time. We'll burn a Leaf, which is a USB stick. For today, we do a VDI client for them. Today, together with Skype. Yeah, it's integrated with Skype to do telephony and video chatting and other types of services together with VDI right on a stick, so you can repurpose. One of the great things about this with IBM Client for Smart Work is when you do want to move from Windows to Linux, you can rip out your hard drive, use our Leaf, plug it in, and you've got a repurposed thin client right there without having to buy the thin client. You've got tremendous longer life on that box because it doesn't have a disk drive. It's only the power fan and other type of things. And so that'll last 5 more years. So with the USB, you dramatically lower the cost of your hardware needs by converting those immediately to thin clients. We've obviously talked about the seamless ability to blend Windows and Linux and the power and appeal of that to your customers. Simple all-in-one licensing at a very disruptive price point. When we're getting to 1,000 users, which is most of the work we're talking about with IBM, it's very big opportunities. I mean, VDI is huge, and we're talking about $50 a user as compared to about $250 for VMware. And Citrix is more expensive. I think it's important at this point to say something about the work we're doing with IBM on the hardware side and the storage side, and together with the advantages of Canonical, we can put together a VDI client for $200 per user that includes the software acquisition cost, the slice of the hardware. When you look at the IBM HS22s, these powerful input blades and the handle chips, and the storage, the N-series storage from IBM. We're talking 50 plus 50 plus about 100. We're talking $200 fully loaded to provision a VDI user that compares to over $1,000 per user with VMware and Citrix. So very, very important point to make. Next slide, please. How business partners are leveraging, I think I've woven that through the whole talk, but I want to focus on a couple areas. We're working very closely with cloud partners. Midas Networks is in Austin, Texas, and they are hosting several customers, and they're doing many other trials in this burgeoning new opportunity of hosted virtual desktops, where we see this as a more future thing, but these guys are leading the way. Midas and Polaris and ZSL are leading the way in providing totally hassle-free desktops. You don't even have to house the servers. You don't have to manage the servers. You don't have to do anything. You just pay your monthly fee, and you get a desktop that's fully managed, lowest cost, revolutionizing the desktop. I mean, this is absolutely the state of the art, and we're doing that with partners, and we're looking for more partners. Solution providers on here, I'll pick out, for example, Presence IT, doing a fantastic job in helping users not only move from Windows to Linux, but to do best of breed in that space, and getting tremendous engagements based on this type of results. Paradigm Systems is doing a lot of government. Again, tremendous partner, tremendous opportunity. This is a ground floor, greenfield opportunity with VDI. Customers do not have the expertise in this space. They're looking for partners. They need to have people trained on this. They need to have people knowledgeable. We're here to shadow sell. We're here to train. We're here to bring up your expertise in this exploding market. So again, solution providers are a key part of that. And of course, the system integrators, we're working with Global Technology Services, we're working with ZSL, we're working with CSS Corp. And on that note, we are lucky to have ZSL here, who's a great partner of ours, doing a lot of work. They've established this practice with the IBM Client for Smart Work and with Virtual Bridges Verde. They're deploying it in-house. They're offering a lot of strategic value as part of our business partner network. And with that, I want to turn it over to Shiv to talk about ZSL.
Thank you very much, Jim. Good afternoon or good morning, everyone. Here, I'm planning to touch upon how the various components that we heard, starting from Steve to Jim, how all these various components are working together nicely with our again integrated approach. So if we talk about the liberate, migrate, and virtualize, what is a kind of a great day today to talk about that, being a Veterans Day. It's a suitable day to talk about leverage. So again, ZSL being a global system integrator, we are not only working or using the technologies which are emerging and also providing a cost-effective way of doing business internally, as well as offering the same solution and services to our clients worldwide. ZSL, as you could see the slide, we are a global system integrator, and we have about 2,000 employees worldwide, about 8 countries, and providing a complete end-to-end solution to our mid-sized to large-sized businesses pretty much everywhere. I would say, again, starting from the developed nations in North America to Europe, as well as the developing nations in Asia Pacific, we provide a complete end-to-end solution. So from that aspect, again, we see the technology partnership that we have with Canonical, IBM, and Virtual Bridges, helping us to integrate as well as implement those type of solutions most cost effectively for our clients. And from that aspect, again, the partnership as well as the collaboration that's happening in this ecosystem created by IBM is allowing us to bring the type of solution and package them for our end users and selling that through our partners. Again, we do have a similar partnership program with ZSL where other business partners as well as solution providers can collaborate in selling, and ZSL supporting them to sell this solution. And ZSL is consistently growing year on year. Could see Ward Business 500 as well as CRN Magazine rated our growth year on year. And moving to the next slide. We're talking about, as I mentioned, the integrated solution. We see we started using some of the solutions at the early stage and figured out in terms of how to package in making more of a kind of a complete and integrated way of approaching a business in order to provide a complete end-to-end solution. So from that aspect, we approach the solution from the end user perspective and deploy that internally in order to gain some of the IT optimization that we are trying to achieve internally, as well as applying the same IT optimization for our clients in the marketplace. So we started using Ubuntu operating system as our client operating system, and then Verdi as the virtualized platform in order to run the real alternatives of solutions. We call it as PowerCube. And currently, as Jim mentioned, it is kind of available on the multiple deployment models, including the desktop as a service running on cloud, which is basically driving several managed services providers to adopt this model in order to provide more cost-effective as well as optimized desktop solutions to clients in the mid-sized market. And a couple of other trends that we are seeing from the system integrator perspective, as Anthony mentioned or touched upon, the business process management and service-oriented architecture and the overall IT optimization is driving this type of solution in the marketplace to consider as well as adopt in order to reduce the total operation cost. On the other hand, the software as a service model as well as the cloud deployment and again, thin client computing model also making the end users to think about going with this alternate desktop model with the PowerCube is powered by all the stack that you're seeing in your slide. Moving to the next slide. Okay, basically again, whatever we did internally in order to achieve the optimization at the collaboration level as well as communication level, we deployed PowerCube internally in order to complete the pilot and learn the best practices, fine-tune our PowerCube, this desktop as a service solution, and we prepared it as a case study in order to highlight